Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So, Jay, we're talking about, Delta has been involved in building controls and for a very, very long time.
30 years.
30 years.
Mhm.
What is it new in the last 5 years that Delta's bringing to the table?
Sure. Well, that's why I brought my props.
Cool.
When you think about it, we've been in the control business for over 30 years. And when we looked at a room, for example, we believed firmly we knew how to control a room and make it comfortable.
Sure.
Right? So we'd put a sensor on the wall like everybody else did, and there'd be a controller hidden up above the ceiling, and we'd set the set point for whatever ASHRAE told us would be a comfort zone, and that was it. We were done. Times have changed. It doesn't work that way anymore. Occupants have a totally different expectation. And as it turns out, what we've discovered is putting a temperature sensor on a wall above a light switch by the door is the wrong place.
Right.
It never works. It may keep that comfortable, but it may not keep anything else comfortable.
Yeah.
So what we've been doing is incorporating new technology and taking a fresh look at what you do in a room, room control. And this little guy looks like a Frisbee.
Yep.
This goes in the ceiling. So as opposed to being a wall wart above a light switch, this is right where it needs to be, looking down on the people, the occupants, and instead of just sensing temperature at a point, it uses an infrared cone and it senses temperature within that cone. So it's actually the occupant temperature, not the wall temperature, that we're controlling. In addition to that, the Internet of Things is such that not everything in that room that can be controlled is something we make, maybe somebody else.
Right.
So we're incorporating into our platforms like a sensor base. We call this the sensor hub. So it can talk in ocean, it can talk Wi-Fi, it's looking at temperature, it's looking at humidity, it's sending commands out to the drapery system, it's sending out an infrared blast to the audiovisual equipment in that room if that's applicable. We don't know all the things we're going to be doing in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Right.
So this is a platform upon which we can build and expand and talk to all those other systems in the building.
So that's the Delta Sensor Hub.
Yes, we call it the O3,
O3
sensor hub. There's a little O3 on it.
Quite nice. And is that hidden within the ceiling, or is it mounted to the ceiling?
It's usually mounted to the ceiling, right? So it's exposed. It replaces a lot of different sensors that are hanging on the wall, or motion detectors, light sensors.
It's quite elegant,
It's
actually.
all in one place.
Yeah.
Plus, it listens. It listens, right? And it can speak. So, if there's no motion in the room, but the person is still sitting there typing on their keypad, it can hear that. And the algorithms that we've built into it are intelligent enough to say, I know what occupancy sounds like in this room. I know what it sounds like when there's nobody here and what it looks like. So it uses that technology at the sensor level to provide occupant comfort.
It's fabulous. What's this other?
This other little guy is related to this. However, this is where we put a lot of horsepower. And from this portion, which is not in the room, it's maybe in a cabinet somewhere, it's talking to a number of these. Plus, it does things like Dali lighting control, snap in a module for it. Access control, snap in a module for it. I want some general inputs and outputs for lighting control or HVAC control, snap in a module. Same thing, we don't know what's coming next for sure, so we built it so we can add specific modules to it over time and plug it all together. So the concept is do everything we can to control what's in the room, whether it's blinds, whether it's stuff we make, whether it's lights, HVAC, whatever it is, and make it so that we can build additional technology onto the platform, whether it's Wi-Fi, which we have now, whether it's Bluetooth beacons, which we have now, in Ocean, which we have now. It could be things that come out of the Internet of Things that we don't know about yet, but we will know in 3 to 5 years.
So you've built expandability into your strategy.
It's an integration platform. If we had no controls in the room, this would still be talking to all those other Internet of Things devices. So that's the concept.
What I'm getting from how you're speaking about this is that it feels as though you and Delta have taken a very philosophical approach, a very measured, very thoughtful
Mm-hmm.
approach. You realize that you don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know there's a lot coming down. What are some of the other philosophical underpinnings of your Internet of Things strategy?
Sure, there's a couple things. One is, regardless of the Internet of Things, a core business philosophy for Delta Controls has always been do it right.
Yeah.
By do it right, it means whether we're making this product or any of the host of other products that we make sure that we do the absolute right thing for the customer long term, for the reliability of the product, and to protect our reputation in the marketplace. So that's one core thing. The other thing is,
May I ask, in what other ways are you handling this with the do it right?
Oh,
What else are you doing
sure,
right?
the other thing that we do right and have built into our system over the years is everything we do to make this,
Yeah.
we do under one roof.
Really,
So
I was just
in our
thinking,
headquarters.
where is that made?
In our headquarters in Surrey, British Columbia, right across the border, Vancouver,
Wow.
BC. The person who does the software, the team that does the software, the team that does the firmware, the team that does all the hardware design, the actual manufacturing, the production is all in that same area. So they make sure that they have excellent quality control.
Yeah, I was looking at
Rapid
just the
turnaround.
solidity of this stuff, and I
Yes.
thought, how are you getting this made overseas and you're making
don't.
it? That's
We
terrific.
don't outsource it. So that's part of the do it right philosophy.
And what kind of results are you getting? I mean, when people are employing
Mhm.
Delta Controls to run their buildings, try to expand their own buildings
Sure.
and holdings into Internet of Things, what's the feedback you're getting? How is it coming back?
I think one of the consistent feedbacks we get from our clients, from our customers, is long-term reliability. They trust us. They believe in us. They let us push the boundaries. We have test sites that we run our new products through, including some universities that we do joint research with. And because they know that we do it right, they know we don't push products out to market before they're ready, they trust us. And that's the feedback we get, and it's the reputation we enjoy.
Interesting. One last question. When there's someone here who is looking to really move into building automation, smart buildings, they've got choices.
Mhm.
What do they need to know about Delta? What is it that makes you confident that they should be working with Delta Controls?
Sure. There's a couple key things. Certainly, I always go back to the basic business philosophy of do it right.
Sure.
We take our customers' feedback direct. We build the product ourselves. We design the product ourselves, all in-house, so we can maintain that kind of long-term commitment to quality. The other thing that we've done as part of our intentional design is we're now part of the Delta Group. Delta Controls is part of the Delta Group. Delta Group's is $7 billion a year corporation worldwide, and is allowing us to bring into the building the technology, building technology, for everything from electrical vehicle chargers to solar array inverters to energy storage, media, etc. Bring that to the building. These are things that we didn't have before that we now have access to. So our clients are seeing us introduce technologies for saving energy, for storing energy, for producing energy from their own on-site energy sources, and still using that same do-it-right technology. So they're excited about it, we're excited about it.
What is it, as we finish up this segment, what is it that most excites you about what you do?
The most exciting thing for me is, I've been in the business a long time, as long as Delta has been, unfortunately. But it never stagnates. There's always something new, always new technology. The ability to bring in electrical vehicle charging stations and communicate with them and use that as part of the design, the demand response program or the demand limiting program. These are things that we hadn't thought of a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Now we're able to bring all these new technologies in. That's what's exciting for our team, for me personally, and for our customers.
David, thank you so much.
You're
David
welcome.
Garbarino, Delta Controls, thanks for giving us your very thoughtful and measured approach to Internet of Things. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you.